guys ready?
Yeah.
I've been here.
God damn it. God damn you. God damn you, Thomas. Welcome back to another episode of List Night. We're back. Wednesday, September 14th. Our second episode in 2 weeks, roughly. 2.5 weeks, something like that. After not recording for a month and a half, 2 months, we're now recording twice in the same calendar month. I'm feeling pretty good about that. This week, we're talking about sports mascots. As always, joined by Thomas Albert and Andrew Simon, the number one and number two funniest people on this podcast. I'm not going to say who's who, but I think you can guess. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you comment below whatever list you're going to come up with. Make sure you click the subscribe button. If you're listening to us on your preferred audio platform, make sure you click the follow button if you have not already. And if you haven't rated and reviewed us, please do so. We love to be rated and reviewed, preferably 5 stars. I always say, if you're not going to give us 5 stars, don't rate us and review us, or just lie to yourself and give us a higher ranking than we actually deserve. Andrew, Thomas,
Do you always say that?
What was that?
Do you always say that?
I do. I say, well, usually I call them a bitch. I say, if you're going to give us under 5 stars, you're a bitch.
That's what I remember.
That's what I usually say. Yeah. This is not a kid-friendly podcast, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I am going to insult you if you piss me off.
One of these episodes, we should at least get through the intro without trying to tear down everyone who listens to us. But
I'm not tearing down the people that listen to us. I'm tearing down the people that listen to us that don't like listening to us, which honestly probably is the 3 of us more than it's anybody else.
If it's anyone, it's me.
Those people deserve more respect than not respect, but more praise from us than anyone. The fact that they don't like us and they're still listening. But I guess that's anyone who listens, to be honest.
You know who doesn't deserve respect or praise from us?
Us.
Guys with really loud motorcycles that just move past the house at a time when I'm in the middle. Like, how do you not know that I'm recording right now? Also, get a quieter motorcycle.
Guys, it's been like 2 years and I still can't look at the camera. I'm just looking at myself.
I don't understand how people look at the camera. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not see your reaction? Let me ask the question. And I'm sorry to our listeners that I'm asking this before. Yeah, I know you know how to look at the camera, Andrew. That's not the question. God, Jesus. When you look at the camera, you bug-eyed loser, can you also see Thomas and I at the same time? Or does your peripheral not incorporate us?
No,
I mean, it doesn't, right?
I can see your jaw just like going up and down, but I can't see if you're making a face or anything.
Maybe I need to use like 2 monitors.
My eyes are drying out
behind the camera.
No one told you not to blink.
Yeah, no one. First off, no one said to stare at the camera. We just asked, if you stare at the camera? And yeah, no one told you that it was a staring contest.
All right, I'm gonna look this way from now on.
Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. To anybody listening to the audio podcast, this probably isn't great audio, so we do apologize for that. Like I said, we're going to be doing sports mascots this week. Honestly, truthfully, we talked about this one a little bit ahead of time. Probably not going to be a super long episode, but I know for a fact I've said that before, and we've ended up going almost 2 hours. So we'll see if I end up being right.
I have a good 2-3 rants in me.
Yeah.
If we go 2 hours on this one, then we need better hobbies. Let's just put it that way.
Or we need to pursue like legal degrees. Yeah, we do need therapy. That's not up for debate. This is our therapy. Is it not?
It ain't working.
It's not working, but let's just continue doing it.
All right, let's keep doing it. We're not going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Our order this week. I'm going to go first. Andrew's going to go second. Thomas is going to be last, which, could totally see that being the order for votes as well. Good old third party Thomas, as they call him. Let's get into it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much banter in me this week, guys. Thomas and I are both wearing tie-dye, and that tires me out for some reason.
Can you just start?
You want me to start? I'll start. All right, number 5 on my list.
You guys are too depressing of people to be wearing tie-dye. All right, go ahead.
We wear the tie-dye to hide what we feel inside.
Yeah, what are you really hiding? Like
so many things.
You're not fooling anyone with the tie-dye.
Yeah.
I can't tell you because I'm hiding it.
Yeah.
Groovy. All right.
I wear tie-dye because I know my father would reject it. That's actually not true. I'm pretty sure my dad owns a lot of tie-dye, which is surprising.
Is your dad number 5?
My dad's not number 5. I don't think my dad watches sports. I'm actually pretty confident he doesn't watch sports.
Because he never watched you play?
Why?
He doesn't.
Why are we going down that road?
You brought him up. Can you just?
Yeah,
start?
and then I immediately defended him. Number 5 on my list, Suns Gorilla for the Phoenix Suns. I gotta say, technically, I looked this up. His name is Go, but I've never heard anybody ever refer to him as Go the Gorilla. Everyone just calls him Suns Gorilla, and their own Wikipedia page refers to him as Suns Gorilla. Not that interesting of a mascot, despite the fact that he's number 5 on my list. He's just a guy in a gorilla suit. Like, it doesn't even look like a mascot outfit. But I don't know. I like the Suns. I like gorillas. I like the fact that his name is Suns Gorilla, which is like the least creative thing ever. And yeah, I don't know. I feel good about it. I feel like it's the kind of mascot I can get behind.
Basic. It's basic.
It is basic.
Suns Gorilla is still better than Go Gorilla.
Go the Gorilla.
That's
but
not any
honestly,
better.
I would prefer if it was Go Gorilla compared to
Gorilla?
Go the Gorilla.
What
Who names
is-
their kid Go?
What does this gorilla do? Is he does he
dunks.
do,
Sometimes he
like,
dunks.
dunks and stuff? Okay.
He dunks. He does like the trampoline flips. You know, he pushes kids over. He does a little halftime entertainment. He pushes more kids over. Kind of everything you'd want out of a mascot. But it's just like you know, you guys know the general idea of what like a mascot suit looks like big, overly furry, like kind of overly inflated head, things along those lines. He's just a guy in a gorilla suit.
Yeah,
like it's a normal gorilla suit.
Oh, I googled him. I mean, this is that's what I was gonna say. Is like it just looks like he went to Party City and got like the clearance Halloween costume, and is just honestly, he might not even be employed by the Suns.
You can see where the disconnects are between the different pieces of the costume.
He might just be a guy that just shows up and they're like, he's here again. Just let him do his thing. Like,
Also,
I doubt he gets paid.
I know they don't have to like connect, but how does a gorilla and a sun? What do we? What?
Genuinely couldn't tell you. Don't know. Don't understand it. I know that people.
I don't.
Kind of like with
like
the
it.
kind of like with the Anaheim or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, where they bring rally monkeys because of one of their playoff runs back in the day. I know people buy like stuffed animal gorillas at Suns games, and some of them bring them out during big moments in the playoffs. But I've never thought of Phoenix and been like gorillas, or honestly like any animals outside of like snakes and scorpions.
The more we talk about it, the less I like it.
Yeah, I didn't say this is the best mascots. This is just sports mascots.
But
you're literally just listing mascots.
Okay, I'm listing 5 sports mascots. There may be some on this list that are the best, but that's not a guarantee. I'm not guaranteeing that.
We've been doing this for 30 episodes. Have we not explained to you our very short list of rules? This is a top 5.
They're not many.
This isn't just a bulleted list of random sports
I
mascots.
think I've been very clear on upwards of 3 episodes that sometimes for me it is a bulleted list.
I hate this.
The
I hate
integrity
this.
is just
I hate the
ruined.
gorilla. I hate you.
I hate you.
You should be the gorilla. You should be the gorilla. Apply for this job.
Then I would have to
might
move
be.
to Phoenix, and we know that Julia's against that. All right, number 4 on my list. This is one that will probably speak to Andrew a little bit. The racing presidents for the Nets. Not one of them, not 2 of them, not 3 of them, all 4 of them. They're all mascots. I love all of them. I love how incorporated they are into the whole. Not just like the whole like DC theme, because a lot of mascots really have nothing to do with their teams. But just like how
Phoenix.
they're like really good, mid-game entertainment, and people get behind their favorites, and it's a lot more like of a competition than you see from a lot of mascots. I don't rock with all of the actual American presidents, but I do rock with the racing presidents.
I'm gonna be pretty bored with your list.
It's tough for me. It's tough for me. Andrew?
This one I like. You're taking a page out of my bag, kind of cheating, putting 4 mascots in one
You
pick.
just stuff
but
pages into bags. I don't think you understand.
Page, are you
Page out of my
in high
bag.
school?
Page out of
You
my
didn't
book.
put things in your you didn't
Page
put
out of
things
your
in a
book.
binder?
Yes,
It's
You just
usually
shoved it in
pages
your
go into
bag?
books.
It's been a long fucking day.
Page out of my
Page
bag.
out of my bag.
I don't really want to do this anymore.
Look how quickly you quit after a little bit of bullying. Meanwhile, I get bullied every episode, and you know who comes back
That's
every
why,
week? This guy.
That's why he's not wearing tie-dye. He can't
it's-
handle it.
It's not about the bullying. It's just that I have to, be here and be awake, and like it's a whole thing. So
You should be wearing tie-dye.
This is why this is a therapy session, because it seems like you got things you want to talk about, my guy.
I like the racing presidents. Yeah, this is better than the gorilla.
All right.
Yeah, I like the racing presidents. It's just a pretty basic pick. I did think about picking, is it Milwaukee as the racing sausages?
I think so. I think it's Milwaukee.
But I was still like, it's just, be cool, be unique.
I just realized my my racing president shirt was right next to me here.
Yeah.
That's going to show up great on the audio.
Do you not have drawers, or
No,
It just has stacks of shirts.
has list night made you poor? Have you turned to this as your financial means a little bit too much?
I was folding some laundry that I did
Oh.
not put away by the time we started recording. But anyway, this shirt is great because as the racing presidents, it also has like the only remaining nationals on the team, basically, who are the racing presidents. If I had gotten a shirt or a jersey with like anyone's name on it, they would be gone. So it's played it safe and got this racing. That's
true.
racing
You can count
shirt.
on those always being 4 of our former presidents. That's a fact.
I do miss the days of Andrew wearing a shirt that worked with the list topic.
He did that for like 3 episodes.
It was great. It was great.
I did. Maybe I'll bring that back.
Arguably our best episodes.
If this video gets 5,000 comments, then I'll start doing that again.
If this video gets 1
Heck.
comment, you'll start doing it again. All I'm asking for is 1 comment. That's all we need. All right. Number 3. I feel pretty good about this one, if I'm being honest. Number 3 on my list of sports mascots is Spike Lee for the New York Knicks.
Oh,
A team that does not have an actual mascot. And I think if you were to think of who would represent the New York Knicks more than anybody, you'd think Spike Lee, dressed like a really flamboyant lesbian.
I enjoy this pick. I feel like if we're ever gonna get on the map, it's because people are gonna be so angry that you just called Spike Lee a mascot.
I mean, is he not? Is he not?
This is good.
I can't think of that many other mascots in any of the major sports leagues, really any global sports leagues that have the directorial credits Spike Lee has. So in a way, maybe he's a number 1 pick. Who's to say? I'm just putting it out there. On my bulleted list, he's a number 1 pick, but really he's the number 3 pick.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of these mascots haven't been given a fair chance by Hollywood. So you can't
humans.
Good old globalist Hollywood.
Yeah.
Specious.
This feels wrong. He's just he's just a fan. He's a great fan. He's a fan that you can count on. He's a fan. He's a smiling face, or not really smiling.
No,
half
He
the time.
sounds like
really.
a mascot.
Well,
You're
the Knicks
describing
fan,
a
he's
mascot.
not
The Knicks,
smiling.
yeah, the Knicks don't give.
You
I was
were
gonna,
describing a mascot, a good, reliable, smiling fan.
no,
I love
but
that
the
Thomas is back on my side.
but mascots,
I'm on this one.
mascots like get up and do stuff. Spike Lee doesn't.
That's
So
not true. He gets up all the time.
He
I mean, he
directs films.
he gets up in class.
directs.
I'm talking about at the games. I'm
He
talking
wrote
about
the script
at
for an
the
NBA
games.
2K
He
game.
yells.
You think
He
he's
got kicked
directing
out.
movies
He's been kicked
at
out.
the game?
He's been kicked out.
Oh my god!
I imagine
You think he got
Spike
kicked
Lee,
out for doing nothing?
over the course of a game, bullies as many children as your average mascot. That's something that
Probably
I'm willing to
more.
stake my name on.
Did children count young NBA players?
I mean, no, but
Oh.
I guess that would actually
Compared to
probably
him.
Spike Lee probably would bully more children if that were the case. There's
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm saying.
19-year-olds that end up on the Knicks.
All right. If I see evidence of him bullying children, then I will come back to this episode and give you your props. But for now, nah, not a fan. I mean, I like SpikeLee, but not a fan of him as a mascot.
I like how that's your criteria for what makes a
Yeah,
mascot.
right.
Child abuse.
Bullying.
Well, I mean, you make a good point. It's like it's pranksters,
Yeah.
not really abuse, just like
Just- they like to cause a little mayhem.
yeah.
I feel like abuse is too strong a word, and bully
Abuse is too
better.
strong a word. Bullying
on?
feels right. They bully him a little bit.
Pick on.
Pick on,
Tease.
you know. Yeah, tease. But I mean,
Hit.
there's the occasional mascot, and I'm sure you guys have seen this on like Twitter and stuff. they'll have like halftime entertainment and the kid will be like driving for the lane or whatever, and a mascot will just come and like knock them out of the air. That I would call child abuse. And I'm here for it.
One of my honorable mentions is solely because of a video of one of those videos.
That's good to know. I can't wait till we get there. All right, Spike Lee, great pick, Griffin. Everyone's in agreement, particularly Andrew. Thomas, as always, thank you for your support. You presidential motherfucker. Number 2 on my list, Green Man from Always Sunny for the Philadelphia Phillies. Yes, the Philadelphia Phillies do have their own existing mascot, obviously the Philly Fanatic, or Frenetic. Is it the Frenetic or the Fanatic? Frenetic.
It's the Fanatic.
Fanatic.
You're just too on Always Sunny. They
call him
Frenetic.
The Frenetic because of like rights reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Philly.
But then at the end of the episode, they make fun of the fact that they're calling him the Frenetic. Charlie's like, I'm calling him the Frenetic. His name's the Fanatic, but I'm not allowed to say that.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I gotta rewatch some Always Sunny, man. That's embarrassing for me. Yeah, so he's obviously the primary mascot for the Fanatics, but there's more than enough room in this town or in that town per se for mascots, and I think Green Man is getting boxed out of his rightful spot as the number 2 mascot, and that's why he's number 2 on my list.
This crossed my mind, and I didn't do it because it's not real. But I mean, it did cross my mind, so I'll give you that.
Oh, that was the end of your sentence. It really felt like a comma.
I don't want to support or not support it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
It felt like there was a comma in that sentence, but no,
it was a hard period.
You trailed off. You've been known to trail off.
This one I like. See, Green Man's fun. I assume bullies children, and
Absolutely.
he does stuff. So like, maybe if Spike Lee dressed up in Green Man, then I would get on board with Spike Lee.
But then he'd be a Phillies fan instead of a Knicks fan. But I just feel like you don't understand how you have to like be loyal to one team, Andrew.
What I'm saying is, if he did it in real life, because Green Man's only a unofficial mascot of the Phillies in the world of Always Sunny. I
feel like people wear Green Man to Phillies games all the time now.
Maybe
I do think that has happened. I gotta imagine people wear Green Man to all Philadelphia sports now, which I imagine for Flyers games gets pretty cold.
It might.
Yeah, it might. Which, funnily enough, brings me to my number 1 pick, which I think anyone could have predicted when we picked this topic. Number 1 on my list, Gritty. I love Gritty. He's the best mascot in sports. He might be the best mascot on earth. I would take him over Toys R Us Giraffe. Jeffrey the Giraffe. I would take him over that guy. I would take him over the General. There's a lot of things that I would take him over.
The General of General Insurance?
Yeah, General Autos.
General Motors.
What? Not General Motors.
General Auto, whatever it is. Where it's like the little mustachioed.
It's General Auto Insurance. Yeah,
it's insurance.
Not a sports mascot.
Right. I'm saying I would take this sports mascot over that car insurance mascot. I would take it. Who's the Pizza Hut mascot? Pizza?
Kevin
Meekins, yeah.
Well, I would like to throw my name in the hat for that one, but yeah, probably Kevin. It's a good thing he doesn't listen to these episodes. So yeah, the reason that I love Gritty so much, outside of the fact that he looks like an insane serial killer, is like his first week on the job, and maybe this was arranged, maybe it wasn't. The Penguins social media tweeted at the Flyers social media to make fun of Gritty, and Gritty's social media account responded with a death threat and said, "Sleep with one eye open tonight, bird."
Yeah, didn't he have like a knife or something?
Twitter, and I was like, I'm a Flyers fan now. Like, I'm sorry, Caps. I love the Flyers.
I knew this was gonna be on there. Love that there's 2 Philly on yours. 2 Philly teams I don't really support. I love Gritty. I took him off my list because I knew he'd be on yours, and I didn't want crossover.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, as far as what a mascot should be in this day and age, it's Gritty.
He's a fever dream of a mascot. Like he's an objectively insane creation.
Yes. It's like someone from the 70s took a time machine to now and was still doing all the same drugs,
Sure.
they're like, mascot us.
Yeah, I mean, Gritty's almost perfect as a mascot. Like, I don't know why they didn't think to do googly eyes with more mascots before Gritty. It's just so creepy and weird, and like, everything about him is just delightful and
I
terrifying.
gotta say, he's not entirely dissimilar from some mascots like Gee Whiz for the Wizards, where it's kind of just like that super inflated like style of mascot, but he's just so much more insane looking that you're like, oh yeah, that mascot, he's not going to bully my kids. Like, he might follow us home and like cut our brakes. And I don't know why that makes a good mascot, but I think it strikes fear into the heart of their opponents.
I think there's always a thought in the back of the head that this team is so psychotic because of the mascot that like we're actually in danger. So it's a psychological warfare thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're Philly in general is winning the psychological warfare game. There's always that fear that they may throw batteries and rocks at you. And
no, that's fair.
That's sports. In some ways, that's love.
That's sports. Love and war.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Love, war, and gritty.
Love, war, and gritty. That's my big three. Thomas, please don't spit iced tea all over your computer. Let me give my recap. Number 5, Suns Gorilla. Number 4, Racing Presidents. Number 3, Spike Lee. Number 2, Green Man. And number 1, Gritty.
See, it works two ways. You're number 4 because it sounded like you said racist presidents.
There are also, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but number 4, Racing Presidents. There are 4 Racing Presidents. Number 2, Green Man. He is the number 2 mascot.
It's not clever if you have
why would anyone have picked up on that?
It's not clever if you have to explain it.
Because maybe you guys are as on the spectrum as I am. I don't know.
Oh, God, I hope not.
I think we're on in different ways.
Andrew did stare at the camera for a good 5 minutes for no reason earlier.
Yeah, he had a staring contest with himself, which is just unhinged behavior. Andrew,
who won?
With that in mind, let's hear your potentially better list.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to beat yours just because I think Gritty is so beloved that you having him at number 1 is kind of going to be hard to overcome. But let's see what I can do. Number 5 for me is just George Washington of the Nats Racing Presidents, because you know what? George Washington's the best. He's number 1. And well, I looked it up.
Why didn't you make him number 1? Why'd you make him number 5?
Well, he's not that great, but you know, like
you just said, he's the best.
But he's the best out of the 4 of them.
Got it.
But then I actually looked up the all-time results of the president's race, and I saw the Wikipedia page, which has results through 2021, and he's in second in terms of wins.
You had to look that up. I figured you were like the main editor of that.
Who's in first?
It is Abe.
Oh, all right.
So,
yeah, I guess if it was going to be one of the two of them, that would make sense.
Abe has 376 wins. Again, this is through last year, and George Washington has 324.
So that's a commanding lead.
Yeah.
Got a half season lead right there.
Yeah, so this is another reason why, you know, George Washington needs you all to come out to Nats games and root for him. You need to go ahead.
Here's my question. George Washington, I feel like, is the actual mascot for like some schools and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking specifically the Nats Racing one.
That's a good point. I am talking about the Nats Racing one because I think the president's race is a fun activity. I got to wear the GW Colonials George Washington mascot.
You did.
I also have my own George Washington costume. So these
Don't
are all three separate
Don't admit
George
that
Washingtons.
on a recorded piece of content. Why?
We've talked about this before. We've talked about this,
and I stand by my take on this.
So yeah, George Washington, fun. Oh, I forgot to say my criteria for these mascots. Number 1 is fun. Number 2 is nightmare inducing. So George Washington, when he looks at you, you know, the wrong way, nightmare inducing. And then number 3 is, of course, memeability.
You and memeability can't ever rule out memeability. So under nightmare inducing, is that pure just like terror, or are we including the fear that comes from being bullied?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to include both because, like, George Washington isn't inherently scary looking, but
Unless you're
I
like
mean,
King George.
Right.
I mean, he can be scary in other ways.
Yeah. Not a great week for the British monarchy, and I'm just kicking them while they're down by putting George Washington as my number 5.
Yeah, I've often thought that if anybody was gonna, torch the British monarchy after a big loss, it would be the List Night podcast. So
No, just specifically Andrew.
just specific. That's true.
All right.
There for it. I'm just saying, look into it.
All right, let's move on from colonialism. Number 4 is the Stanford tree. So this is the unofficial mascot of Stanford University. It's the official mascot of their marching band. But
so which one are you picking? Their marching band or their university?
Sports mascots.
It's
the marching band is not a sport, to be clear.
No. But it's the official mascot of the marching band, but it also serves as like the unofficial mascot of the whole school's athletic program.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's as official
dumb.
of a mascot as Green Man is. So
okay, go fuck yourself. He's number 2.
It's a treat. So Stanford's Stanford they're the Cardinal is their mascot. It's just the color red is their mascot, so they don't really have anything that they just have a tree. It looks like a fucking Christmas tree with a creepy face. It's dumb as hell. It's dumb as hell. It's the most nightmare inducing.
I don't know what this looks like, so we're gonna throw this up on the screen. We're gonna do this for all of them for these mascots. But I'm gonna have to look this up because
it's a tree.
Holy shit! It's nightmare inducing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It looks like
it popped up on all of my searches of like crazy, ridiculous, weird mascots, like every single one, and it's stupid. It's dumb. It's scary. It again looks like somebody made it in the back room and then just threw it on and showed up.
Yeah, like somebody at Stanford's stupid little kid drew something and they were like, "Yeah, just slap it on, throw it out there." I guess that probably does do well in memeability though, because that is horrifying.
It's like when kids draw something and you send it in and then they make that the stuffed animal for them. That's what they did.
I think that's how Gritty came to be. I'm pretty sure Gritty was part of like a contest submission by a kid, which both tracks and also makes me think that kid needs therapy.
It was probably Charlie Day.
So the other reason I have the Stanford tree on there is because some of my favorite commercials of all time are ESPN This Is Sports Center commercials, and a lot of times they include mascots. And there's been 2 at the Stanford tree that are great. One where Jason Hayward was talking about how baseball bats were made. So like cutting down trees and making them from wood.
Yeah.
And then another was Bubba Watson and his caddy were like playing through the tree. Both were pretty funny and memeable ways to use the tree.
We will not be tossing those up on the screen.
One. No. I don't remember the Bubba Watson one, but those were the best days of ESPN commercials. So I'm all for it.
Do they? Does ESPN even have commercials anymore that like comedically promote ESPN, or is it just coming up at 10 SVP?
Yeah, I don't think they have ESPN commercials anymore.
Yeah, I don't think who doesn't know what ESPN is?
They just replaced every program and every commercial with Stephen A. at this point, I assume.
Well, I mean, he brings in the money. So he brings in viewers, Andrew. Get on board.
I don't like the Stanford tree because I think it's stupid, but it does match all of your categories very well.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that fun. It's just kind of weird.
This could be fun.
It could be fun if you're really into like acid trips and Burning Man.
Number 3, I'm doing a complete 180 from my number 4. Number 3 is Uga, the mascot of the University of Georgia Bulldogs, who is an actual bulldog.
An actual literal dog, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're on Uga 10 at this point.
9 just died like last year or 2.
That was going to be my big question on that one before you continue, is how do you feel about the fact that you so far are the only one with mascots that have died? 9 times to be.
The presidents have died.
Not the president, mascots.
Fair.
I love that because it makes them more real. I don't love that the dogs died.
You guys heard it here first. Andrew Simon loves when dogs die.
I don't like that we're talking about dogs dying as my dog's making some weird ass noises on the other side of the bed
Yeah.
because he's just rolling around.
Well,
But
he's just a little
he's
goblin.
okay.
That's what it is. He's fine. He's doing great. Dog's
just being a
immortal.
gremlin.
Every dog is great, but let's talk about Uga. Uga's just a good vibe. Did you see that video from a couple years ago where the Texas Longhorn took a charge at Uga, and Uga retreated as it should, because the Longhorn is way too big and they brought him way too close to Uga. But I just like Bulldogs. I like his whole vibe. He's chill. He sleeps a lot. The fans love him. And what more could you ask for in a mascot?
He's got a great name. I gotta say, Uga is a fantastic name for a dog.
For a bulldog, especially.
Yeah.
I support this. I love bulldogs, and I love when they show him like sometimes they show like mascots, like actual animal mascots, like whatever, and like they're just standing there. Uga's just laying there, just straight up like
just
like,
Uga,
just chilling, just Uga.
You said that you thought I was gonna do really well because of Gritty. I think you're gonna do really well because you have an actual literal dog on your list. And as much as I love Gritty, I love dogs more. So that's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
I would love to meet Uga. That's a dream. That's a dream of mine.
I'd love to meet every dog.
I don't give a shit about University of Georgia. So
yeah, I just want there to be like a procession of dogs coming to hang out with me at all times. Dude, you are just crushing iced tea.
I love this stuff.
This is unreal. The amount that was left in there when we started this, and how I don't even know why you're using the glass. I feel like
are you just pissing like under the?
This isn't even for show. This is just like it's there, and I'm putting it in me.
You realize it's probably like dehydrating you, right?
Oh, it's not like healthy, but
it's not refreshing.
It is diet.
Is that iced tea with ginseng and honey, or is it another one?
It's green tea with ginseng. Arizona.
Oh my God!
Was that our number one in our drinks list that we did many moons ago? Or
it might have been. It's an
was.
absolutely unbelievable drink. And look, I might be making fun of Thomas right now, but I stand behind that choice 1,000%.
You can get 2 for $5 at most Giants.
Yeah. We haven't done a food pod in a while. Not to interrupt our current non-food pod, but I could eat.
It's always okay to interrupt anything any of us is saying to talk about food.
We got to do an in-person food pod. Because you know what people want to hear when they're listening to a podcast is the sounds of chewing.
Yeah.
Heavy breathing and chewing. Okay.
Only one of us would be heavy breathing.
Some people are into that. Okay. My number 2 is Gritty. He made my list. I'm not going to put him at number 1 like you because I just, don't want to copy you. But no, he's a great mass. It was going to be 1 or 2, but okay. I'm happy with 2. I have him on here for all the reasons you did, but also I think about the fact that he also broke the internet when he first came on the scene with the Beyonce champagne photo shoot.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
How dare you say something like that about Beyonce?
Yeah. Jeez, yeah.
You ass. You asshole.
I'm done today.
I can't even call you racist like I normally would because that wouldn't make sense.
The Kim Kardashian photo shoot, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good call out, particularly on memeability. We're talking about memeability. That's top of the list. He is highly. I guess. Do we know Gritty's gender? They are highly memeable. I don't know if they. Yeah, I'm gonna say they. I don't want to put Gritty in a box.
Don't assume.
All right.
Okay.
Seemed to have taken Andrew aback a little bit. He hadn't even considered that Gritty may not be masculine.
That he may not be what? Masculine. I don't think he has a gender.
Stop saying he.
I don't think it has a gender. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I'm learning. I'm growing.
Yeah, there's growth. There's growth on this pod.
Okay.
All right.
Instead of unpacking that, I'm just gonna move on to my number 1, who is Yuppie, the mascot for the former mascot of the Expos, now the mascot of the Montreal Canadiens.
It seems lazy on their part.
What's that?
How do you spell that?
YOUPPI exclamation point. He's just a furry orange creature. He's like a dude with like an orange beard and mustache. He was the first mascot to be kicked out of a Major League Baseball game.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Major League Baseball.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Andrew. I gotta push back on this guy. He looks like he molests children.
well,
He
nightmare
looks like
inducing. Again, nightmare inducing.
He looks
But
like a genuine grade A creep.
He
He
is.
looks like Gritty's uncle.
So
Gritty's a creep.
Exactly. He probably gave birth to Gritty, because I don't think Yuppie has a gender either, even though he very much looks very manly. And it like this is my only beef with the Nationals, other than the fact that they just sold away their whole team, is that they initially, when the Expos were moving to DC, the Nationals initially said that he was going to be part of the team in some capacity, but they changed their mind, adopted Screech as their official mascot, and then Yuppie had nowhere to be the mascot too until the Canadians just took him. So he's been a mascot for Major League Baseball and for the National Hockey League. There's nothing that Yuppie can't do. He also wears, instead of a number, he wears
except for live within 100 yards of a school.
His number is exclamation point. So that's
knew
another fun
He
nothing.
fact.
sounds like a Pokemon trainer.
I knew nothing about Yuppie, but he got kicked out of a baseball game, so I'm in. This is a fine pick. I don't really see it being better than Gritty, but I feel like they are related, generally related. I just looked at a bunch of pictures comparing the two.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Here's
seen them in the same room together?
I have not.
No,
Well, actually,
they
I guess
are-
we probably could, because they are the same
probably
sport.
they're in the same league.
Yeah, we probably could very easily see them in the same room together. I think Yuppie, you mentioned getting kicked out of a baseball game. I feel like Yuppie was probably leading the charge at a 10-cent beer night riot at one point in his earlier life.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
says
I
he
mean,
was-
you know how this pod feels about 10-cent beer night.
It
Big
says during
fans.
the 1989 Expo season on August 13th, while atop the visitors' dugout in the 11th inning, Yuppie took a running leap, landed hard and noisily on its roof, and then sneaked into a front row seat. So Tommy Lasorda of the Dodgers complained to the umpires, and Yuppie was ejected by Bob Davidson.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dumb.
Anyway, I gained respect for him after learning that, and I want to go to a Canadians game to meet him.
Tommy Lasorda, random interjection, RIP, died last year.
Yeah,
Good. He
true,
ejected
true.
Yuppie.
Yeah,
Wait.
I mean, he deserved it. Gunned down in his prime. He
Yuppie's
was like
also
100.
Yuppie's also one of only 3
So-
mascots featured as displays at the Baseball Hall of Fame. The others being the Philly Fanatic and the Famous Chicken from San Diego.
Is that
and then-
because
and then he was
they're
also
not a
voted-
team anymore?
And then, well, I don't know, but he was also voted the Mascot Hall of Fame in December 2019 and inducted in June 2020. So, and he's the
Nice.
first mascot of a Canadian team to receive that honor.
I imagine that's just them pandering
Cool.
to the Canadian fan base a little bit, because I just
No,
I don't see it.
Yuppie deserves it.
you're gonna
Yuppie
choose
fan
Yuppie
base.
over the Toronto Raptor? Come on, man. Come on.
I probably would.
Yuppie deserves
I'm taking the Raptor every time. Who's winning the fight? The child molester or the actual literal dinosaur?
One exists. and
I've
one
seen
is
Jurassic
extinct.
Park. I know who's winning that fight.
Fuck you, Griffin. Yuppie is fun. Yuppie is nightmare inducing, and Yuppie is memeable. All right.
Those
my-
words don't go together.
They do. They do. I'll give my recap. Number 5 is George Washington of the Nationals Racing Presidents. Number 4 is the Stanford Tree. Number 3 is Uga. Number 2 is Gritty. And number 1 is Yuppie.
There's a lot of diversity to this list. You've always been renowned for your diversity.
Especially in gender. Diversity in gender in this list.
Yeah. Which I don't think we knew ahead of time until we decided that they were like gender neutral. But yeah, good job. Good job. buddy. I'm waiting for Thomas to take second place from you though.
Happy to say that there has been no crossover, though one of mine has been mentioned. But let's dive into it. Okay. Some mine are weird, some mine are ridiculous, some mine are nostalgic.
Okay,
Number 5.
That's 4 different categories out of 5.
Number
things.
5 is the creature that's the only reason I would ever go to California, because they're found all over the redwood forest. That's the banana slug of UC Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Because why the fuck would you have a banana slug as your mascot? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. But also it's unique.
It got us talking about it. It got you talking about it.
It's on the list.
You know what it looks vaguely like? I'm looking at a picture of it now.
The actual
looks
slug or the mascot.
What's up? The mascot. The mascot looks a little bit like the little squeezy toys from the first Toy Story.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Honestly, I kind of like the look. I've never seen their mascot before.
Yeah,
it does have a weird lower half though. It's weirdly segmented. Like there's the implication of a penis.
I just don't understand. Like they made it the mascot because they're found in the redwoods, but like also why? Like there's other options.
It looks like
there's other options.
It looks like it could be in Barney. Like it reminds me of like dinosaurs or Barney. Which is like which is a good thing because I'm looking up pictures of actual banana slugs and they look like penises.
Yeah. It looks like a Teletubby fucked.
I was gonna say it looks like it regularly beats up Teletubbies, like it's like the prime Teletubby.
It looks like the bully Teletubbies. Like if Teletubbies went to school, you see this one, and without any words, you know it's the bully.
Is there a name for it?
Yeah.
What would you say its name?
I don't know if it has. I want to.
We'll call it Sluggy. Sluggy coming to town and just jacking up Tinky Winky.
I don't think it has a name. Let me look.
It's just
Sammy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sammy the banana slug.
To be honest, I like Sluggy better, but
Me too.
It does kind of look like a Sammy. Like it kind of looks like it could be the mask.
It looks like a Sammy.
It looks like a Sammy.
It reminds me of like it almost looks like it could be like a mascot to like a Chuck E. Cheese competitor. Like he's like dishing out pizzas or something.
Like they don't do pizza. They do like I don't know, not pizza.
I think
they do everything but pizza.
I think they could only do pizza.
Good old Sluggy's not pizza. Excuse me, Sammy's not pizza. We've got
Sammy's
everything but pizza.
All right, Sammy the banana slug is my number 5. My number 4 was mentioned. Andrew just mentioned it. It's the famous chicken of San Diego, also known as the chicken, also known as KGB chicken.
What?
Now, why is it called that? Not as fun as you'd think.
Better dead than red, buddy.
The character was originally invented by KGB FM radio station. So they called it the KGB chicken.
That's an unfortunate name for a radio station.
The thing, like the cool part about this is that it's essentially an independent mascot. Like, yes, it's for the San Diego Padres, but it's also been like he's the same guy has been doing it forever.
Sure.
Or
he
at least
parties on the side.
At least up until 2017. I don't know what happened after that, but like he's done the Chicago Bulls. Like he's done other sports teams.
Sure.
But the Padres have always been like the main one. But like he's essentially a freelance mascot.
Yeah, I feel like the Padres need like just like an old dude, like a guy in just like an old man costume. Like,
like
I don't feel like they need like a mascot that looks like anything other than a human being. They could literally just get an old guy and be like, yeah, that is the San Diego Padre.
The guy who is the chicken got fired by the radio station, and then so someone else took over, and then he got in a lawsuit and won. And so then he was the chicken again, not connected to the radio station. So he was just making money.
San Diego, my God.
Freelance KGB chicken.
So we could hypothetically like invite KGB chicken to like a party or something, as long as we could like afford him.
Yeah. No, you can. Most mascots you can hire.
KGB chicken kind of looks like a derpy version of Big Bird, like a derpy small version of Big Bird.
Yes,
he's more feathery than I thought. I sent a picture in the chat that hopefully you guys can open.
You sure did.
Eating a baby.
Yeah.
Eating a baby.
I would screen share it, but
putting his beak around a live baby. So it's creepy.
It is absolutely creepy. You're right about that.
I can't open it, so I'll look at it later.
Yeah. You're not missing too much.
That's my number 4. KGB chicken is my preferred name. Because why the hell not? My number 3.
I could think of a couple of reasons.
One I did not know about. And it came about from students, I think it was in 1970, protesting the school, taking funds and directing it towards athletics. So the students did this in protest, and it's still the mascot, including for athletics, and that is for Scottsdale Community College. It is Artie the Artichoke, and it's literally just a person in a giant artichoke costume. It's Artie the Artichoke. It's the best I could come up with.
Yeah, they're really bringing the creativity with that one, as are you.
They're killing it.
That's like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of bummed out by that one. Like, maybe it's a good thing, but it's like they were protesting the use of the money for this thing. So the school was like, you know what would really grind their gears if we use their creation,
if we use it
to promote what we're doing.
Well, it is the mascot just like for the school in general.
Sure.
But I mean,
he encourages,
healthy
Scottsdale
eating.
thoughts to eat healthy. Good.
I do like
for him.
artichokes.
I'm okay with them. I'm not throwing them out of bed, but I'm not, I'm not getting out of bed for them either.
Why
So
are
they
in your bed?
so they just
No,
allowed
man, I don't know.
they just allowed the students to choose their next mascot. Is that what happened?
No, like the students, I guess I don't know all the details of the story, but like it came about as a protest towards the board being like, hey, we're directing funds that shouldn't be going towards athletics. And then it somehow just became the mascot.
Yeah, I'm looking at their logo. Their logo has no business being so badass. It says like fighting artichokes, and the O is the artichoke, and it's actually kind of cool. But the mascot itself, sorry, is kind of stupid. It just, I mean, it looks
dumb.
like there's eyes and a mouth that came from like a comic strip, and they were like ironed onto this like green cloth. Like it looks like those fall off all the time, and then you just iron them back on.
Let me read this blurb from their own website.
Okay.
Born during a period of student unrest in the early 1970s, Artie the Artichoke was adopted as the school's mascot to express a difference of opinion concerning budget priorities. Originally intended to be a source of embarrassment, Artie has been embraced by students, athletes, staff, and the community as a beloved character. So they just completely backfired on themselves.
Yeah, take that, nerds. Athletes win.
Can one of you send me a picture of this? Because the only one that I'm finding seems to be branded with ocean mist on his body. So I think he like literally is a different Artie the Artichoke. And there's also a lot of
it says like cow choke on it.
Maybe
because I saw that one earlier.
I'm gonna need one of you guys to show me what this guy looks like, because clearly my Google skills putting in Artie the Artichoke are just not.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty much the same thing we're looking up. You're just colorblind.
Are you seeing one with ocean mist on his chest?
I don't know what ocean mist is.
It's like a brand. It's like a drink brand, maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, did you spell
ocean
right?
Ocean spray?
No, this is ocean mist. Although I think I might be thinking of ocean spray. How do you spell Artie? Let's get this one.
Artie.
Oh, I mean that's
here. I just sent one, Griffin.
Oh,
I didn't put the E.
I see what you're looking at, Griffin. You're so dumb.
Am I?
Yes, but I guess Ocean Mist must be some sponsor or.
Yeah, this must be a different one, or yeah, maybe they like have a sponsorship deal with it or something. Because some of these are the same, but most of them are not. Now I am understanding what you're talking about, like the painted on eyes and everything else. Because I was like, I'm not seeing this. Yeah, he looks like he was designed to be like a children's cartoon, and then it didn't work out, so they were like just turn it into like they used like the promotional costume for a college.
I just like it because most mascots are made to be fun and support things, and this was made as an embarrassment, and now it's just like, hey, 50 some years later, this is still it.
Do you relate to it a little bit?
Number two.
Number two. That was number three.
Number two is nostalgic for me. It is one I remember pretty good. And that's G-Man of the Washington Wizards. Where he's gone, I don't know. But he should come back.
He was
'Cause,
replaced by G Wiz, and
No, they used to work together.
did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he was
they used to
briefly
work
on my
together.
list. He was
There could-
briefly my number 5. And then I
G-Man,
realized I just didn't
G-Wiz.
have that many like positive memories of him just because of how bad the Wizards have always been.
Yeah,
So I took him off.
I just remember him from when like I'd go to games as a kid. No, him and G Wiz would work together. Like G Wiz was the funny, goofy bully kids mascot, and G Man was the buff,
He was cool.
Duncan, super cool.
Yeah, he was the
dancing
muscle.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So G Man, because like pretty straightforward, like the better version of Go the Gorilla. But pretty sweet.
His name is
he could
Sons
dunk.
Gorilla.
No, the Suns
Done
Gorilla
the
is the
Suns
worst pick
Gorilla.
on any of our lists so far. That's
Absolutely, hands down.
for sure. No,
yeah.
G was awesome.
No, but G Man.
G-Man.
G-Man.
Yeah,
G-Wiz
G-Man.
is diet
I
gritty.
said what I
G-Man is
said.
the man.
G Wiz is an expression old people say.
Here's the thing, and I'm not fighting back on your pick because, like I said, it was almost on my list. The Wizards are creatively bankrupt. These are their two mascots that they've had, G-Man and G-Wiz. Like,
yeah,
you're the Wizards, which admittedly is an incredibly stupid team name. Do something with that concept. Doesn't have to be Harry Potter related. Just like do something magical.
Doesn't G-Wiz have a wizard hat on?
Yeah, and he looks like a fucking idiot. He looks like he's wearing a dunce hat, not a wizard's hat.
G-Man is like the cool uncle to Green Man.
Yeah.
He was just a blue suit, but he was buff and he wore clothes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I was going to say.
G-Man was a
he
reference to like the Secret Service, wasn't he? Or not the Secret Service, but like the FBI. Like he's
I think so.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah. Which made sense for DC. So
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Bring back G-Man.
Right.
He
It
was
just
cool.
doesn't make sense
G-Man.
for the team name Wizards. Like maybe when it was
Bring
the
back
Bullets,
G-Man.
I feel like that makes sense for the Bullets.
I mean, they should have never named them the Wizards. That's a different story.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They should be the Washington basketball team.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've never agreed with you more, honestly.
With George Washington as their mascot.
Yeah. And also just to kind of, poke the bear a little bit for Seattle not having a team anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The Washington
pick.
Supersonics.
Yeah, good pick.
It was a good pick. Now to my number one. Number one, it is a male, but I did look that up. Hatched in April 16th, 1994. And this is the Rockies mascot, Dinger.
Oh, okay.
Dinger,
All right.
Who
Yeah.
is a triceratops. And I found out the reason they're a triceratops is because while they were doing construction at Coors Field, they found a 7-foot long triceratops skull. So dinosaurs are real, and Dinger is a cool mascot.
Is that directed at anybody that we may personally know?
Yes.
Who doesn't believe
no,
in dinosaurs?
Dinger's a pretty straightforward mascot. He does the job that you need. He looks cool because I just realized he kind of looks like Barney because he's a purple dinosaur.
He looks a lot like
but
Barney.
he's a triceratops.
How could you be a purple dinosaur and not look like Barney?
And now I just didn't put that together, so now I'm kind of regretting this because no, he's a pretty straightforward mascot. I think it's a cool little history, like why it's a triceratops, and triceratops are cool.
You can't go wrong with a dinosaur mascot. It doesn't have to do anything with, like, even if they didn't find that skull, I would be like, oh, cool, it's a dinosaur. That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a cross
He's
between
basic.
like
Don't get me
Barney
wrong.
and like Land Before Time dinosaurs. Like he's just
Yes.
friendly. He's friendly
Both
looking. I'm
Two
sure
things that help raise me. So, whether that's good or bad.
I'm sure the kids love him. And like it makes sense to call him Dinger because like that's where the longest home runs in baseball happen is in Colorado. So
And
No, I like it.
Here's the thing. He's fun and exciting. And I literally just found a picture of him hatching from an egg on the field, which must have been how they introduced him. Oh, I found a GIF. Literally hatching from an egg.
Which must
he's
have been
fun.
really confusing to the Rockies faithful, like when that happened, because they were like, we didn't know that we were a dinosaur-based team.
Well, they were probably like, why is that giant rock in the middle of the field? Oh, why is it cracking? No, now I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah, he's fun, exciting, But if he's charging at you, it's a Triceratops. It's scary. He's memeable. I just found a meme of him hatching from an egg.
You found a GIF of him hatching from an egg. I don't know if it's a
Same
meme.
thing at the end of the day.
He's definitely memeable. Actually, mascots, like, not only should they be memeable, it's almost hard for them to not be memeable.
It's hard,
which is why when there's one like the Sun Gorilla, like it's such a bad pick that
I feel like you didn't follow the Suns
You really-
playoff run at all if you believe that.
You're really
That's
focusing on
an
this one.
uneducated take. You would never say that to Spike Lee's face. You would never say that.
You know what I prefer as an Arizona mascot is the university. Wait, no, is it Arizona or Arizona State where they do the curtain?
Oh, that's ASU. Yeah, the curtain of distraction.
Yeah. I'd rather that be the mascot.
We have had the Sun Gorilla come out from behind that curtain before. I think maybe the same night that Michael Phelps did.
He should have stayed behind.
Honestly, I could have said Michael Phelps. I didn't, but I could have.
I don't know why
I also
Siri keeps trying to listen to me.
let's get that recap, and then I'm going to tell you one that almost made my list.
Oh,
if you guys have
that's
any that
mine.
almost
Well,
made
I'll
your
tell
list.
you one that almost made my list.
Okay, maybe you will.
5, Banana Slug, Sammy the Banana Slug of UC Santa Cruz.
Good old Sluggy.
The famous chicken, San Diego chicken, aka KJB chicken. Number 3, Artie the Artichoke of Scottsdale Community College. Number 2, G-Man, where are you? We miss you. Come back to Washington. And number 1, Dinger of the Rockies.
Good. Yeah. I don't know, Andrew, or Thomas, at the beginning of the show, I said you were going to take third place, and I'm feeling good about that. I think that was a good prediction.
Almost always.
Well, I mean,
Almost always.
Andrew's whole thing is that like he's like the perennial silver medalist. So, and I'm a winner, so that doesn't leave a lot of room for you.
I'm just here to be here.
Yeah.
Not even a good time.
I just hope people will see that Gritty is on my list just because he's not number 1. They won't dock me for that. And just, once we get past Gritty, I feel like I'm in good shape.
So one that was gonna make my list and then ended up not because it's not that good. Long Beach Dirtbags, which is down the street from me. I really wanted to say the Dirtbag, but they actually rebranded, and I'm pretty sure their mascot is now like a shark or something, which has nothing to do with what that is. Like, I think their mascot should be just like a really down on their luck, like Californian.
Just like you in like some ratty clothes, the brown paper bag.
It honestly could be me in some ratty clothes with a bottle of liquor. Like, that's I'm not in Long Beach, but I if they're willing to offer me the job, I'll move.
That's fair. My honorable mention I mentioned earlier, just based off one video, is the Colts. Because there's one video of where the mascot's playing football with the kids, and he just hits a couple different times.
Yeah.
Like he stiffs arm one, he jumps the line to sack the quarterback. So he's up there.
One I'm really surprised didn't make any of our lists.
Colonel.
No. Benny the Bull. Maybe the most famous mascot.
No, because I actually had to think about who that was.
I mean, I thought about Benny the Bull, but like nothing about him to me is like stands out. Like he's don't get me wrong, he's like a top level mascot. Like he does a good job. He's like he's memorable, but like I don't know, it's not that memeable to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not that nightmare inducing to me.
He's not nightmare inducing, although he is another mascot that absolutely bullies kids.
For good
reason.
Another one I thought about was Syracuse, and just
Orange Man. Yeah, that would have gotten Julia's vote.
I know.
Although
that's why
I
think
Andrew's probably going to get it because of his dog inclusion.
Do you know? I just realized what I should have included was I just looked up where they're the mascots. The Green Bay Gamblers, a junior ice hockey team. That's where that video of the Busch Light race is from. Busch Light should have made my list, but that's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah. Again, if Kevin Meekins listened to the pod, that's a guaranteed vote, but does he? We'll find out because we've mentioned him a lot this episode.
Does the official mascot of Pizza Hut listen?
I'd love to find out. Kevin Meekins, if you watch the show, Hit us up sometime, man. We miss you. We don't. We talk to you every day. All right. This is longer than I expected it to be.
It's us.
Almost always is.
I told you. I
We
knew.
can't shut the fuck up about
Oh,
anything.
God. Yeah, I blame myself more than I blame both of you for that. But
Me too.
I've done enough talking today, so I think that wraps it up. Like I said at the top of the show, if you're watching us on YouTube, click the like button if you haven't already. Please click the subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed to us on YouTube. And if you got your own list or you want to tear down our list or just, berate us or bully us or whatever, comment below. If you're listening on your preferred audio platform, click the follow button if you haven't already. Share it with a friend. Nothing we enjoy more than finding out that somebody new is listening to the pod and that they've enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this episode or any other episodes, share them with somebody and see if they like them. And if they don't, they have bad taste. That's it.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's list night for this week.
Did we remember to record? Oh, we did.
Yeah. You remembered to record. You think I wouldn't have caught that early? Come on.